Welcome to Interpretation Experts. I'm Dr. Jasmine, an English and American literature scholar and a University of Cologne alumna. In today's lecture, we're going to explore two foundational schools of literary criticism in America. The first one is moral criticism, and the other one is dramatic construction. These two literary critical approaches formed the foundation of American literary criticism. They played really significant roles in how people in early America understood and evaluated literature. While moral criticism emerged earlier, it dominated the scene for over 2 centuries, and dramatic construction uh, emerged later and helped to shape the growing interest in America in American drama. Let's begin with moral criticism, which was particularly prominent from the years 1600s to the 1830s. During this time, literature was evaluated by its ability to teach moral values and convey ethical principles. This era evaluated literature by its ability to teach and convey moral principles based on whether they align with prevailing religious and moral values of the society. People saw literature not just as entertainment, but as a very powerful vehicle to instruct people about virtuous living. This way of thought was highly influenced by the governing principles and beliefs of the time, which was the Puritan beliefs in colonial America. Puritanism asked literature to teach about salvation, sin, and the consequences of immoral behavior. One of the earliest and most significant examples of moral criticism is Michael Wigglesworth's The Day of Doom in 1662. It is a Puritan poem with lots of vivid descriptions of heaven and hell. It emphasizes divine judgment and the eternal consequences of immoral behavior. This work was extremely popular in colonial America. Let's move on to dramatic construction. Dramatic construction shows a shift in focus toward the structure and formal elements of literature, particularly drama. Although moral criticism continued to dominate through the early 1800s, dramatic construction started to get shapes in the late 18th century with Royal Tyler's The Contrast in 1787. It is considered the first American comedy of manners that set the stage for later developed criticism in literature, especially in drama, in the US. However, it's important to notice that early America was highly influenced by Puritan beliefs, which initially saw theater as sinful and distracting from religious duties. And in Massachusetts, for example, theaters were banned until the mid 18th century, and this made a delay in the development of theater in America compared to Europe. When Dunlop's work emerged in 1787, there was a growing interest in America in blending the European models and American themes, such as the American virtue and the European decadence. Uh, at the same time, we have another work, while Tyler's work, along with William Dunlop's André in 1798, were major milestones. American critics still focus on the moral content of the works rather than the formal structure. But in the 19th century, while American theater started to develop, um, the structure of the plays and the formal structure of the plays, such as the character developments, the plot, and also the staging, came into focus. And we see a shift in the 19th century, although still the content matters to critics. Although these two literary critical approaches seem a bit too old fashioned, they are still incredibly relevant because they lay the foundation for the next critical movements in America. As we move into the 1830s to the 1860s, we see a shift in literary critical approaches in America because of New England transcendentalism. In the next lecture, we'll be exploring New England transcendentalism and also explore the thoughts of two eminent thinkers of that era, Henry David Thoreau and Ralph Waldo Emerson, who challenged the American traditional norms to establish their unique new voice in the US. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Drop your questions and thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you.